Alright guys, welcome to this module 1. This module 1 is about introduction to web structures. Okay, so if you're just joining us, check the previous video. We have talked about introduction to coding, introduction to web development, and some other things in the previous video. So this is introduction to web structures. So what makes up a basic website? There are three things that makes up a basic website. So the first one is HTML. What is HTML? HTML is simply hypertext markup language. Okay, so this is the markup language that makes up the basic structure of a website. Okay, the next thing is CSS. What is CSS? CSS means cascading style sheets. So CSS is used to style, it's used to color, it's used to add certain animations to a basic website or even an advanced website. It does not really matter. And the next one is JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript is used to add certain functionality to a website. Okay, like pop-up menu, pop-up buttons, pop-up some other stuffs, page loader, and the rest of them. So these are the three different languages, two markup languages and one programming language you're going to be using. Okay, these are the two markup languages. Okay, and this is the programming language you're going to be using, JavaScript. So introduction to HTML. Remember, HTML makes up the structure of a website, and HTML simply means hypertext markup language. So HTML is used to build the foundation of a website as well as a structure. So I've put up a graphical representation here of the meaning of the three different language markup and programming languages you're going to be using for this course. So I wrote here, think of HTML as a house, completed but not style and lacks functionality, like electronics, wiring, and the rest of them. So this is like what HTML is on a website. Okay, so HTML is used to sketch up the header, the footer, the body, the sidebar, and the rest of other functionality of a website. Okay, but it cannot add a style. Okay, it cannot add a color. Even if it can, it's very limited. Okay, so we're going to be talking about HTML in this module, and we're going to be going further on what HTML consists about. So everything in a HTML file or document is stored in tags. Okay, it's stored in tags, and most HTML tags have opening and closing tag. Okay, so I've given an example in the previous video on a paragraph tag. Okay, so this is a basic example of a opening tag or for a paragraph tag. Okay, so I want people to think of these tags, HTML tags, as a sandwich. Okay, so a sandwich consists of a bread, some other things here, vegetables, and another bread here, or whatever you call it, in your country or in your state or in your tradition. Okay, but this is a sandwich. It's a basic English sandwich. Okay, so this uppermost part of the bread is known as, I put it here as opening tag, and this vegetables here are known as what, the content of the paragraph, and this other bread is known as what, the closing tag. Okay, so they all need each other for it to be a perfect sandwich. This is the same thing with a HTML tag. Okay, so this is the opening tag, this is the content of the paragraph, content of the tag, and this is the closing tag. So if you have these basic ideas, you understand that the opening tag can't do without the closing tag, and the closing tag can't do without the opening tag, and also a content, because it's going to show us a very big error, and it's not going to be a paragraph anymore. Okay, and the tag is not going to be valid without the opening or the closing tag. So it's very important to have this at the back of your mind, and understand the basic concept of HTML for you to fully understand how the HTML works. So tag example, I'm using the paragraph tag because this is the most basic example of a tag use. Is less complex than all other tags in HTML. So a paragraph tags used to add paragraphs in HTML. So what is going to happen is that you can add as much paragraph tags as you want, and the computer would see this, or the browser will see this as one paragraph, sorry, and the browser also see this as what, another paragraph. You can add even a million paragraphs in your HTML tag. So it's very, very important, or sorry, in HTML document, your HTML file, it's very important to know these tags. Okay, and another thing to note is that tags that require an opening and closing tag are known as container tags. Okay, so there are some tags that do not require opening and closing tag in HTML. We're going to be going on to that, but tags that require opening and closing tags are known as container tags. Okay, so like I gave in the previous example, these are container tags because they contain certain documents or certain files or certain text between them. Okay, so other types of tags known as the div tag, division tags, heading tags, h1, strong, span, etc, etc. So we're going to be going into this over the course. This is an introductory video to HTML. So tags with only opening tag, like I mentioned in the previous slide, tags that require opening and closing tags are known as container tags. So but there are some tags in HTML that requires only the opening tag. Okay, these are known as what, empty tags. Okay, so a few examples are img, these are for adding images and image tags, br for line breaks in case you want to start a new line, and hr for horizontal lines. So over the course of this training, we're going to be using all this as building blocks for the HTML structure foundation. So let's write a simple HTML code. So now what we need to understand is that HTML tags can be put between each other. Okay, it doesn't matter if you put it horizontally or vertically, but this vertical way of arranging these tags just so that it's going to be very easy to understand. The computer does not care if you put it in one line or multiple lines, but it's very important you put it in vertically so that you're going to understand how to manipulate the code. So I started with HTML. This is an opening tag of HTML, and this is a closing tag of HTML. Now each HTML document should begin with HTML. Okay, so whatever you write in a HTML file or document, it should begin with HTML and what, end with what, HTML. Okay, now I noticed I mentioned in the previous introductory video, if you've not watched it, please try and watch it so that you follow up this one and you fully understand what is going on here. I mentioned that a website is divided into three major parts. Okay, so we have the header, we have the body, and we have what, the footer. Okay, so I've included the header, body, but I've excluded the footer because I just wanted to keep it as simple as possible. But when we get onto VS Code, we'll be including all of them and using it to full capacity. So there's a very big difference. What I mentioned is a very big difference between the header tag and the head tag. Okay, so now the head tag is simply to add certain things that do not appear on the browser. Okay, we'll be going into that, but this is just an introductory video. To add certain things that do not appear on the browser, take example, I added a title tag here. Now the title tag is simply to show the name of the page in the uppermost part of the browser. Okay, so when we go into full VS Code configuration, we are going to be explaining all these things. Okay, so a head tag contains certain other things that does not appear on the browser, but this is a title tag that is used to indicate a page title at the uppermost part of the browser. So we also have the body tag and also have the header tag. The header tag is used to input the navigation bar, the logo, and some other things. Okay, so just take note of this. Each HTML file or document should begin with the HTML tag and close with the HTML tag. You can put other tags between them, but this is so that the browser will fully understand this is what a HTML document, or if HTML code, HTML file, and also for SEO purposes. So saving your first HTML file is quite simple. You simply put .html in the extension. So the VS Code video I made how to install VS Code, I made mention that each HTML document or code should be stored in what .html. So it does not matter what you name the HTML file as. It's just good to put it as .html so that the browser will indicate or will see that this is a HTML document. Okay, so if you're putting it on the web server, normally the home page is normally index.html. You can also save other pages like the about page, the contact page, the blog page. So it's very important you name it as .html for you to fully understand, for the browser to fully understand that this is a HTML tag. And for your document, this is your HTML extension, or sorry, HTML document, and for also your document to be valid. Okay, so we're going to head on to VS Code, and I want us to follow up. I'll be adding also this slide to the WhatsApp group so that people who cannot fully watch the video or don't fully understand can read the slide and follow up in the upcoming videos. Thank you very much.